The last video introduced us to the keyword friend when we looked at friend functions, and now we want to see its application with classes. So as you might be able to guess, a friend class, or a class that's friend of another class, will be able to use the content or the members inside of it. So we want to go ahead and design a private variable in one of the classes we have here. We have the lemming class and the turtle class. We'll design a private variable inside of one of them, and then we're going to find a way to allow the other class to use that private variable. So let's start off in the lemming.h. I already have everything written out over here and have my constructor already built, so we can ignore that. So I'm going to go into lemming.h, and I'm going to go here in the private area. I'm going to write integer, and I'm going to write lemming variable. Simple enough. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and set this lemming variable to something. I'm going to assign the value of 25 to it. We don't need to get into the whole set variable thing. I think we understand what's going on there, so we can kind of skip that step. So we have all this written out over here. Now how can we allow the turtle class to access this variable? So we know the turtle class is a separate class. I'm going to go down here in the turtle.cpp, and I'm going to go ahead and create a function. I'm going to write void turtle with 2 colons because I'm in the turtle class, and I'm going to make the function called use lemming variable. Simple enough, that'll be the name. And we saw in the last video with our friend function that we had to pass through an object as the parameter. We're going to do the exact same thing here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and write lemming object as the parameter for this function, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the body down here. Now the body, I'm going to go and I'm going to put a simple printout. I'm going to go printout, and I'm going to just simply print out the variable that's going to be in the lemming class. So we know that I'm going to need to use a lemming object to access something in another class. So I'm going to write lemming object. I'll use a dot separator, and then I'm simply going to use the lemming variable. And I want that lemming variable, which we already put a value to. I think it was 25. I already forgot. Let's go back here. It is 25. Yeah. So we're going to find a way to print out that 25. Now we have a problem with this function over here, and the same problem is if we go and hit here, lemming variable is a private member of lemming. It's a private member of the lemming class. We saw this last video with the friend functions because this class is not a friend of it just yet. We also have an error up here because I have not prototyped this, so we can go ahead and prototype this here. Go in here, I can go and write void use lemming. What did I write? Use lemming variable. This is the reason why I don't make these names so long. I'm just trying to make them long to keep everything nice and simple. So lemming object. I think making them long is doing the complete opposite of keeping it nice and simple. Anyways, okay, we have all this written here. Now we have everything prototyped. However, we still need to find a way to make this class, the turtle class, a friend of the lemming class. Well, last video we saw that we would go into your header file over here, and you would simply go and write the name of the function, and before it you would write the keyword friend. So let's see if that would work with the classes. I'll write friend, then I'll write the keyword class, and I'll write turtle. Like that. Is that going to work? What if I go into the turtle CPP now? We're going to find that our error message over here is going to disappear? Yes, it is. So simple enough. You just need to go into the header file of the class that has what you want. Remember, the class that has what you want is the one that has to give away its friendship. If you walk up to someone in the street and they have something you want, you can't just go ahead and say, let's be friends. I want what you want. They're going to punch you. So you need to allow them to say, hey, I think you can use something that I have. How about we become friends? So always keep that in mind. C++, it's like real life. Crazy drama. So we have all that going on. We have the friend class, and then the name of the class, turtle. Simple enough. You can put it anywhere inside the header file. I just put it in the private, but you can go ahead and put it in the public if you want. I like to keep things that I'm not going to be using anywhere else in the program inside the private. I think it's a good habit to get into. So we have all that done. We have everything written here. It's all prototyped and everything. So we can simply go into the main.cpp now. And now we go ahead and create some objects. Let's go ahead and create 2 new objects here just to get everything going. Let's go ahead and make lemming object 2. And we can go ahead and make turtle object 2. I can make turtle object 2 even though we only have we haven't made a turtle object yet. Doesn't really matter. You can make as many objects as you want. So I can go down here, and now I can go and say I want to access the function that we just saw. I want to go and access this void function over here, which has a print command in it. So I'm not going to be writing my own print command. I'm simply going to be calling upon the function. So I'm going to go ahead and write turtle object 2. And now I'm going to go ahead and use the function, which is use lemming variable. And we know we need to pass through any lemming object inside here as a parameter. So I'm going to pass through lemming object 2. That whole process here with the parameters, we saw that in the last video as well. So if you haven't watched that video, I also recommend watching that one before this one, but I guess it's kind of too late to say that. But you should always watch that video too as well because it is related to this video. So if I were to go ahead and build and run this now, we'll see that we're going to print out what we want. Build succeeded, and we're going to print out 25, exactly what we want. We want to print out the lemming variable. So right there, we have our whole process of using friend classes lined up. If you have any questions regarding the friend keyword, whether it be for functions or classes, please leave them in the comments below and I'll respond to you as soon as possible. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the series.